I guess you love movies. I do too. Hi guys, and welcome back to another movie review. And today we are going to be talking about Ant-Man and the Wasp. I know this is a little bit of a late review. This came out nearly 3 weeks ago now, but I really haven't had a chance to watch it. I've been very busy recently with work, and it just hasn't sort of fallen at the right times for me to go and check this movie out. So unfortunately, this is a bit of a late review. But here are my thoughts anyway on Ant-Man and the Wasp. Obviously, Ant-Man and the Wasp stars Paul Rudd, Evangeline, Lilly, Michael Douglas, Michael Pena, Lawrence Fishburne. Big cast in this film. The story is obviously follows Paul Rudd as Ant-Man, and after the aftermath of Civil War, where he's now in house arrest. He has to deal with being a father as well as the consequences of his actions. Michael Douglas and Evangeline Lilly are trying to create a piece of technology that may be able to save her long-lost mother from the quantum realm. But a new villain with a interesting backstory connected to Hank Pym is trying to steal this technology from them. So, what did I think of Ant-Man and the Wasp? I quite enjoyed the first Ant-Man, actually. I thought it was quite a fun movie. I thought it was quite entertaining. It's not one of the better Marvel films. It's quite a light film, but it was enjoyable, and I did enjoy the film quite a bit. This film is very similar, and that's some of the reasons why I think it's a little weaker than the first film. So, what did I like about it? Well, Paul Rudd's great. I always enjoy Paul Rudd in movies. I think that he's a very entertaining and likeable character and likeable actor. He doesn't really... He has his own thing he does, and he does it in every film, really. He has his own shtick, and he is quite similar in most films he's in, but he is a very likeable actor, and I did enjoy him again as Ant-Man in this film. Angelina Lilly's good in the movie. Michaal Douglas is good. Most of the cast are reasonably good. Michael Pena's funny as usual. I really enjoyed his sort of, quick talking sort of style that he has in this film. He was very good. Overall, the cast is pretty good. I enjoyed the movie's cast for the most part. I really enjoy Paul Rudd's relationship with his daughter in the movie. I think that their banter is very funny and very entertaining. So yeah, I enjoyed most of the characters in the film. The action's reasonable. It's the small, big stuff that we've come to expect from Ant-Man at this point. And it's reasonably fun. There's some funny moments in the film where certain objects are shrunk and enlarged. So it's sort of what you expect from those action sequences. They're reasonable. They're not the best in the MCU. They're okay. They're reasonable enough. They're entertaining while you're watching it. And that's really my overall feeling towards Ant-Man and the Wasp, is that this movie is an entertaining ride, but it's not one that you're going to go back and rewatch or go back and reimagine, because it's a very average entry in the Marvel universe. And I feel like we get quite a lot of the problems that we've had throughout this series, throughout these films, come back in this movie. For example, the villain, in my opinion, is quite weak. She has some backstory. You understand he's connected to Hank Pym's past. She has a bit of a vendetta going on there. However, overall, her character is quite a weak character, and the movie brings forth a lot of old, genre cliches that we've seen kind of dissipate from the genre over the last few years. But has come back in this film specifically, and you'll know what I'm talking about when you see the film. There are quite a few genre cliches that come up that I thought were dead and buried, but they have come up in this movie, and that was one of my main negatives with the film, was that really, and the fact that it's fun, but it's not anything special. There's not really anything that stands out about the film, really. It's an entertaining time while you're watching it. And there's nothing glaringly wrong with the film. I just feel like there's nothing particularly inspiring about it. You've got so many superhero movies recently, like obviously Infinity War was a huge scale, and it juggled its characters reasonably well considering. I thought the villain was fantastic, and I thought that it brought new depth to different characters within the series. New relationships were created. I really enjoyed that. Black Panther gave us a completely new look at a place in the MCU universe we had never seen before. New characters, a different feeling of family and of community. And the film was also a very, entertaining science fiction film, a very entertaining, almost like a Bond movie at times. There was a different feeling to the other Marvel films. But what I felt with Ant-Man and the Wasp was that it was quite a lot of what we've seen already, but in a slightly uninspired state. I enjoyed Ant-Man and the Wasp. It was a fun time, but it's not one that you're going to rewatch. It's not one that really has any defining characteristics. It's quite bland, if fun to watch. And I'm going to give Ant-Man and the Wasp a 7 out of 10. So there you go, there's my review of Ant-Man and the Wasp. Hopefully you enjoyed. If you did, like, subscribe, drop your comments down in the section below. What did you think of this movie? Did you prefer it to the first film, or did you think it was a little bit better? A little bit worse, sorry. Drop all your comments down in the section below, and hopefully you enjoyed this video, and hopefully I'll see you next time. Goodbye.